regular setting or film setting. I'm here outdoors because it's kind of part of what we're going to talk about today. So if you remember what we talked about how important is rest for human being and what it does to you and your system and your health. So I think there was a question that was raised in the previous episode. What do you do if you work night shift, or if you're a night owl, or if you just don't have any choice? What can you do with your rest, and how can you incorporate that in your busy life? So let's talk about that. Previously, we had talked about the lively larks, or the one who wakes up early and sleep early, and the night owls. So there's no denying the studies that the earlier you go to bed and the earlier you wake up in the morning is better for your health. So it doesn't mean though that if you're a night owl that there's no hope for you, and well, there is still room for change, and you can do it slowly and changing your sleeping patterns. And yes, while it's true that your work hours might be different, but the sad reality is that your sleep is always better if you are a lark, or if you sleep early and wake up early. It is really just better for your health. And according to studies, it is also detrimental for your health as well if you sleep late and wake up late. Let's talk about the chemistry of sleep. Are you familiar with melatonin? So melatonin is a hormone that is very important in sleep and recovery and pretty much restoring your body's function. In most people, endogenous melatonin levels are highest during normal hours of sleep, and it peaks during the evening. So what does that mean? If you sleep during those hours, then the melatonin function at its best, right? And what are the functions of melatonin? The function of melatonin includes synchronizing the circadian rhythm, or the rhythm of your body, and stimulates immune function, and has recently been shown as a potent scavenger, free radical scavenger, and antioxidant. So it means when you sleep at a right time, your body is in full recovery mode. There is another hormone that I'm going to talk about today. It's called ghrelin. So I'm going to put it here, ghrelin. So ghrelin is a hormone that plays an important role in the regulation of appetite. So study shows, and research has shown, that partial sleep deprivation increases the plasma level of ghrelin. So it means that if you lack sleep, the more you have tendency to get hungry and eat more. So thus, lack of sleep, or always not sleeping an appropriate number of hours, can increase appetite as well and lead to obesity. When you were young, you probably remember this, that your mom told you to get enough sleep so you will grow tall and strong. Yes, she was right. Deep sleep triggers increased release of growth hormone. Hormone fuels growth in children and boosts muscles in adults, and also helps repair tissues for both children and adults. Repairing cells in tissues assists our body in keeping well. Now, let's talk about what you can do on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, or an annual basis in order for you to get some rest. Rest, while it is related to sleep, there are other things that you can do to help you have that rest or relaxation on a daily basis to help your body recover and recuperate, especially when the stress is high and you have a lot of demanding tasks ahead of you. On a daily basis, daily rest comes in daily relaxation, and daily relaxation is important for you to deal with the stress and challenges throughout the day, especially if you are working on a busy, hectic schedule. So daily relaxation, it really comes and takes in many forms. It doesn't mean you have to sleep at work, sleep on the job. And for some people, relaxation can mean doing something different from their normal routine, and it gives them a way to relax. So what are we talking about here? A good example is taking deep breaths outside in a fresh air, or outside we're talking about outdoors environments where you see trees, and fresh air is really chemically different from the air indoors. And the air indoors has a lot of pollutants and chemicals due to different things or chemicals inside a building or indoors or inside your house or inside your office or workplace. So there are a lot of negative ions outside that comes with fresh air. And what does that mean? Fresh air is actually electrified. It is negatively charged. So it has negative ions. And what does negative ions do in your body? Negatively charged, meaning really it is the oxygen molecule is negatively charged. So like this, oh, it's so windy, right? So I hope you can still hear me here. So one of the effects or the benefits, I'll read the list here. So negative ions brings improved sense of well-being, increases the rate and quality of growth rate for both plants and animals. It also lowers body temperature, lower resting heart rate, reduce anxiety, and it also decreases severity of stomach ulcers. So as you can see, there are a lot of benefits of negative ions, and the recirculated air indoors has a lot of positive ions, which is detrimental to health. So even if you can't get fresh air, deep breathing is beneficial for you. So the long and slow breathing reduces anxiety and it improves the quantity and quality of sleep. Another thing that we're going to talk about is what we call progressive relaxation. Progressive relaxation is when you involve different muscles for you to relax, especially if you're having a rough day or a very stressful day. So progressive relaxation can renew your personal energy on a stressful day. So in progressive relaxation, you do a lot of relaxation activities such as sitting in a relaxing position and using your different muscles and relaxing those muscles. So it can come from different forms. It can be doing something like meditation, reading a book that you really enjoy. So it can come like in a form of daily vacation. So daily vacation is really if I can say it in a layman's way, is doing something that you truly enjoy, few minutes a day, or something that you're passionate about. It can be a hobby, it can be walking outside, or it can be something that is out of your routine. For example, not part of your work. It can be just sitting outside, drinking hot tea, or reading your favorite book. Now let's talk about weekly rest. So weekly rest is when you take one whole day during the week. It kind of like take it as your day off when you don't do the things that you normally do during the week, especially work. So this is a form of a very restorative or a reflective kind of day where you do activities that you like to do and have that day as a form of a restorative day or a meditation day where you can rest. Taking the day off can have tremendous benefits and restorative effects for your body and your health, especially as you deal with stress in everyday life. So it improves your physical, mental health, and most especially spiritual health. And finally, the annual rest. So annual rest can come in a vacation where you take a 2-week vacation, go somewhere, or what they call staycation, where you just do relaxing activities that works best for you and enjoy that time, probably with your significant others, family, and loved ones, where you can recharge or reboot. In other words, if we think of ourselves as a battery, or we need that time or a time of the year that you can stop from all the stresses and the challenges that we deal with in everyday life. Another way to energize the mind, body, and soul is what we call recreation. So the definition of recreation is refreshment of one's body or mind after labor through activity or play. So one form of a very good recreation is outdoor activities. So go outside, go out there in nature where you can recreate and be refreshed. Like not just go out in nature and take pictures, but really look around you and enjoy. Take a walk and see the good things around you and the beautiful creation. And that alone really can help you be refreshed, be rejuvenated, and be energized. So I hope those tips are helpful to you. So going back to the question, what can you really do if you have no choice? If your hours or working hours are different from most people, if you work at night, if you're so busy, or your circumstances doesn't allow you for a lot of room for rest, well, there's a quote that say you can choose your actions but not the consequences. But hey, this is always my take on this. You do the best with what you can, giving what you have, instead of stressing out, of trying to get that enough sleep if it doesn't exist at your situation at the moment. And one last thing is, ask God if you really want to have that time, if you really want to have that meaningful or enough sleep. Ask Him to guide you, and who knows, He will really, work things out for you. And yes, He is always there to listen to you. So ask Him for guidance and what to do and to make adjustments to your schedule if possible. And I'm not saying that you really have to quit your job or change your schedule if it's not possible for you. But what can you do with what you have? You do your best, right? And pray that God will bless you with your efforts. So I hope this is helpful to you. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. I will see you next time again for the next part of the series. Bye.